Hey, how are you?
Hey man, how's it going?
Going good. How are you today?
Yeah, good, good, good. I think like Connor, my bandmate, is trying to join as well.
So, how are you guys doing today?
Yeah, really good, man. Tired but alive and well as best we can be.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, guys, your debut album, Somewhere Through the Night, is to be out on December 1st. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new album?
Yeah, well, it's actually our second album. So it's a bit different process to the first one. We had a bit of a lineup change. Obviously, COVID, we went through a bit of a hiatus. Two members left the band. And then we got two new people, Connor being one of them. So he's sort of been in the band for about a year and a half, 2 years now, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, basically, I think the recording process for this album has been a lot more time consuming, but we've gone a lot more into detail and nothing was rushed. We spent so much time trying to get the best of everything. So I think it's come out a lot better this time, taking our time with it.
Fantastic, fantastic. And was there any particular concept or a theme that goes behind this album?
I think it's just a lot about sort of continuing to grow up as a sort of early to mid 30s adult in this ever changing like world that we're sort of seeing go along with us, like adapting and just basically like yeah, tackling all the problems that sort of early 30s guys sort of go through to be honest.
Wonderful. And talking about the cover art of the album, it got a vintage touch to the cover art, like the album arts, like back in the 80s. So it's quite fascinating. So would you like to talk a bit about the making of this cover art and how did you come up with this one?
Uh, yeah, kind of. It's just like we're sort of big fans of the kind of Springsteens and Tom Petty, the whole sort of Americana imagery and sound, that sort of heartland rock. So I think we tried to sort of come up with something that could kind of encapsulate that, but also sort of show the sort of the meaning behind the album, the sort of somewhere through the night is sort of there's a almost like a light at the end of the tunnel, like you see you go through all these problems but there's always sort of light at the dark, there's always a sunrise, that kind of aspect. So it was kind of like we had a sort of vision of what we wanted, and our friend James Borley, who's like an excellent sort of landscape photographer, he sort of came on board and we sort of scouted locations and literally just found the location we wanted, hired like the sort of classic car for that sort of 80s imagery, and just sort of see what happened really. Like took a ton of photos with the sun going down and just sort of waited to see what came out, and sort of James sent us a load of options and we sort of picked the best ones really.
Fantastic, fantastic. And talking about the album, 12 amazing songs, beautifully written, great musicianship and amazing vocals with heavy influence of punk and alternative rock. And the outcome was totally beautiful. And I loved each and every song for this album. So I want to thank you guys
Oh,
so much
thank you.
for putting
Thank
up
you.
this
Yeah.
album. And as a band, what are your thoughts on this album? How do you guys feel about the outcome?
I'll let you take this one, Connor. I've done enough talking yet at the moment.
Yeah. So I was trying to join elsewhere. Yeah, no, I think we're incredibly proud of it. I think, like Craig said, we really took our time with how we wanted it to sound, and like nothing was off limits really. If we wanted to throw a bit of piano in there or some saxophone, or really try and push what we could do with these songs, and yeah, we took our time, and yeah, I'm really proud of it. It's difficult to sort of pick a favorite track or yeah, listen to it without trying to listen to all of it in one go. So yeah, we're really proud of it, and yeah, it was a labor of love with not much labor.
Fantastic, fantastic. And you also have released a couple of videos from this album. So would you like to tell me the making of this video and is there are more videos coming up from this album?
You go, Connor.
We've a couple of albums. We've just again tried to reflect the record itself really kind of sort of a fresh start for the band, but also just, you know, we're having fun with it. We're not trying to get anywhere specific. Rather, we're just trying to make music that we want to listen to and we want our friends to listen to. And I think that kind of comes across in the videos we've made as well. I think not taking ourselves too seriously, but also kind of showcasing that we have got the passion and drive to do what we love to do.
Fantastic. And the release is almost a month away, but do you guys have something special that was planned for December 1st?
Well, we haven't sort of talked about it yet. We want to do something. We quite often do like a sort of live stream. Well, we have done in the past a sort of live stream to sort of celebrate. Maybe just sort of us sort of hanging out in the room, taking questions from anyone sort of listening or who has listened on that day and their thoughts, and just talking about it, much like we're doing now with you, just sort of talking about it and trying to get across like what we were trying to achieve and how proud we are, and just to gauge a sort of a first day response from the audience, really.
Fantastic. And talking about touring, any big plans for 2024?
Yes. Yeah, we basically we want to sort of showcase these songs as much and as far as we can. So we've got a couple sort of lined up already that we can't announce just yet because we're sort of waiting for that sort of go ahead. But we have got a couple of big things sort of ready to go and to announce soon, hopefully. But yeah, we're looking to sort of really hit the festival circuit next summer. A lot of those festivals are taking sort of applications now, so our management is on the ball and ready to sort of start getting us on those sort of lineups, and yeah, maybe playing in front of some people that may have never heard us before and really sort of try and win them over. I think that's our sort of goal for 2024, is just to get out in front of people and just show them what we're about.
Fantastic. And will that include traveling overseas?
Connor?
Yeah, again, there's not a lot. We can't say too much at this point, but yeah, that's definitely something that we're looking into, and we have got a lot of fantastic support across Europe and further afield, and we really want to, like Craig says, sort of get out and play for as many people as possible and bring this record to as many people as possible. So yeah, definitely something we're looking into, and watch this space, I guess.
Fantastic. And as you said earlier, it's like a new beginning for the band. So how do you guys look into the future of the band?
I think like as Connor said before, like we've done this for years. We've been in bands and we've sort of really sort of worked ourselves to the bone, and like almost before now we've done it sort of the wrong way. Like we just lost the sort of the love for it, I guess. But sort of now we're sort of determined for that never to happen. Like we're going to do things at our own pace if we need to. We're going to take our time with things. We're not going to feel rushed. We're going to do the things that we want to do so that we never lose that sort of love and passion for it. Yeah. I think you can get really bogged down, like the industry, the music industry especially is a tough place to navigate. And it can bring you down and it can sort of dampen your spirits. But we're just kind of now determined. We're old enough. We've learned enough over the years that we're just not going to let that happen. We're doing this for the pure love of it. Like we love writing songs. We love playing live shows. And that's all it's about for us. We don't really care how much success we get. Like we're just four friends having a good time, and that's it really.
Definitely.
And talking about musically, are you planning to keep the sound of the Young Hearts this way, or will there be more experimentation into the band?
Yeah, I think as I've touched on previously, this new record has definitely sort of expanded the sound from the first record. I mean, it's still definitely a Young Hearts record, but you know, we did try and push ourselves and try and introduce different elements, and I think that'll only continue. You know, some of our we're both, well, all four of us are, you know, massive music fans beyond kind of just the kind of punk rock and that kind of scene. So yeah, I think we'll always try and whatever we're listening to or whatever we're loving at that moment is always going to influence the sound of the band. And I think, yeah, and that's another thing that came out this process is that there aren't any limits really. We don't have to sound a certain way or play a certain thing or, you know, have a certain style. We can try anything and if it works and it sticks on the record. So yeah, I think we'll always have that push in as we can.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And any highlight moments that you want to share with me today?
Ooh, highlight. I think the whole recording process is a highlight for me. Like just being in the studio and taking our time with it, being able to experiment and throw ideas in that sometimes work, sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. Like just having that kind of just that enjoyment behind it. Like it's as I said kind of earlier, it's a labor of love. I think for me, the sort of just seeing those songs really come to life better than they were when they were written or demoed. Like this being in the proper recording studio, you can add so much. And yeah, just seeing those songs come to life for me, that's the highlight of the last sort of this sort of era of the band.
Yeah, and I think mine leads on from that. My highlight is having it finished and ready to go and ready to show people. And also now the work starts on how we kind of bring it to life live and how we show, you know, how we play these songs for people. So that's what I'm looking forward to, having it out there. And yeah, it's a different kind of vibe live. So that's what I'm looking forward to exploring.
Fantastic. And finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
Connor?
I think, well, the support we've had so far has been incredible. And I think a lot of people share our excitement about where this record and kind of what's next for the band. And I think for the rest of the world who may not have heard of us yet, we're coming and we're going to play for you sometime soon. And yeah, look out for us.
Fantastic. And Craig and Connor, I want to thank you both so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you guys on the show. And thank you so much for putting up an amazing album, Somewhere Through the Night, on December 1st. Like I said earlier, a fantastic album. And I believe a lot of people will come fall in love with this new album. And I wish you guys all the best. And I'm really hoping to see you guys on the road real soon.
Oh, lovely. Thanks very much for having us, man. It's been an absolute privilege.
Sure. Take care of yourself. Have a great evening.
Good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.